Okay, welcome everyone. As you know, we are going to talk about the project management career paths today. My name is Faisal Shafiq. I'll introduce myself a little bit later. So let's get going this session, and we can talk about a few more things. So this is, as you know, like get to know the career path, what career path would work for you, which will suit you. And we will have several things to share about with each other. So what is the content? A little bit of introduction about ourselves. We will talk about what is project management, and then why project management. So it's not kind of, just to let you know, it's not kind of basic project management. The expectation or assumption is that you guys are already aware and somehow involved in the project management, but by all means, just stop me if you think that there is a question that you would want to ask. So we will briefly touch why project management. Our mainly focus would be what are the learning paths available for people, those who are project managers or interested to become project managers. So that is something we will be focusing on today. There will be few options we will be discussing, and then in the end we'll talk about some of the mentorship and career coaching program that we offer, and something that I can work with you in the future. So I will then move on to the first agenda item, which is introduction. So that is about you. So few things. What is your name and which city you are dialing in, and what you do for work or living, anything you would want to tell about yourself. So quickly, I'll hand this over to you guys. So who would want to start first? Or Nadeem, you can start calling name for people who can introduce themselves.
Thank you, Mr. Faisal. My name is Nadeem Azad. I am Senior Financial Analyst in Calgary in Alberta Health Services. And I'm here with you. So want to learn from Mr. Faisal. Thanks for him for providing the opportunity. And that's all from my side. So I can call, so there is Akhtar.
That's correct. My name is Akhtar Qureshi. I've been based in Edmonton for about 13 years now, based in Canada for about 25. Basically, I'm an engineer, and then I did my MBA. So most of my work has been around business and technology and where they converge. Currently, I am also working for a US-based company who is about to launch a tourism portal in Pakistan. So I'm looking after their product development.
Thank you.
Okay. Basit, please.
Good morning and assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Basit and I'm based in Calgary for the last 4 years. This is how long I have been in Canada as well. And currently I'm working with the parking firm as site manager. My background is finance and administration. I did MBA from Pakistan and did another degree in management from UK. So like one way or the other, project management has been a point of my studies as well. So, yeah.
Thank you. Bilal.
Good morning and assalamu alaikum. My name is Bilal Riaz. I'm based in Ottawa. I have been in Canada for last 7 years. Before that, I was in Abu Dhabi, and I did for 4 years administration for an electromechanical contracting company. I was doing their proposals. Then I moved to Canada, did a bachelor's degree in philosophy and ethics, and previously I did a diploma in business. While I was doing my business philosophy degree, I chose the part of retail industry, and I did customer service for 4 years. Started very bottom at the part-time cashier level, and by the time I graduated, I was the department manager for Walmart. At that time, I got an offer from a software developer for a sales support administrator position. I've been with them right now. I'm with them for last 3 years. So my role is dealing sales, doing marketing, but I lead the project. So it's a very dynamic role. And I also assist the executive vice president, North America. So I get to learn a lot, and I'm leading projects for SaaS implementations and workflow. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Great.
Thank you. Faisal.
Good morning, Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Faisal Sayed. Currently, I'm joining from Houston. I lived in Calgary, Alberta for 13 years. My background is engineering and project management as well. I've done my master's from University of Calgary. Currently working for a drilling contractor and its manufacturing subsidiary. Most of my for manufacturing facility, most of my projects are of value engineering and strategic sourcing nature. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Harun. Oh, Harun, please.
My name is Harun Qureshi. I am in Canada over almost 20 years, working as instrumentation and control engineer.
Thank you.
Imran.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Imran Rana. I am basically from Calgary, Canada, but nowadays based in Illinois, USA, with construction company as a site superintendent for the construction of their hotel. And I was in Canada for the last seven years, and currently moved to Illinois.
Thank you. Matthew.
My name is Matthew Scott. And I've been in the.
I cannot hear you, Matthew.
I'm sorry?
I cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I coming in clearly now?
Yeah, it's better.
Sounds better? Okay. My name is Matthew Scott. I have a district, I'm a district operations manager based in New York. I do have a bachelor in business. I've been in the business for about 5 years, and right now I'm in the Google certification program, project management. So I'm hoping to get that done, go for the CAPM, and then go get my PMP.
So just to confirm, so you have done your CAPM?
I still need to do it. Yeah, right now.
Yeah, okay.
Google certification program.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear you so much, so I just making up stuff. So yeah, thank you. Please continue.
I'm sorry.
Musa, please. Yeah, go ahead, please, Matthew. Do you want to add anything?
Oh, yeah, that was about it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Musa, please.
Hi, my name is Musa. I live in Ontario, Canada. And my background is in engineering, and currently I'm working at a pet food plant overseeing parts of the operation. Thank you.
Thank you. The Brace. Brace, you are mute if you are speaking.
Okay, that's okay. We'll have more chances to introduce each other. So I don't see anyone else joining in. So let's get going. Great introduction, very diverse background, people from a few industries. Now, no, sorry, the Braze, we cannot hear you, but that's okay. If you would like to introduce yourself here in the chat box, that would be also good. We can do that. Let's get going. I know we have done the introductions. We have spent a bit of more time because it was a small group, so I thought it would be good to know each other. So one thing, if you guys can, small thing, if you guys can put your camera on, those of you who would want to, and Nadeem, if possible, you can take a snapshot so that we will put that as cover for this recording, right? So I'll give you 30 seconds for that, please. And I hope I am also on that screen, because in my view, I cannot see it. I'm using a single screen, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, okay.
And
if you can take a picture, that would be great.
I think few participants are not on camera right now.
No, that's okay if they don't want to. But those of you who can, certainly they can do it, please. Let me know if you're done, and then we can move to the next slide.
Yeah, we are done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So I know you all are experienced and have done a lot of work in the project management on the site. So I'll just read out the project management definition. So project management is the use of specific knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to deliver something of value to the people or to the community at large. This is Project Management Institute definition. So basically it's knowledge, tools, and skills. Then the question is, how do we acquire them, how we get them, and where do we acquire them? So we'll talk about that more. So this is probably not a new thing for you, but one thing that is, I'm just going to see if this panel could be hidden anyway. So go back after the project management. Okay, so there's a strong demand for this skill now, and as per the Project Management Institute, they've indicated that organizations around the world, they'll be needing around 2.2 million new project-oriented roles by 2027. So quite a lot of potential for this project management role or related role to project management. Organizations are coming to the realization that they would be needing these roles within their organizations. For now, for example, there are project managers roles existent in the variety of industries, including the IT, manufacturing, construction. Some of you are already in construction, in healthcare, oil and gas, finance, and all those sections. Myself, I'm also healthcare IT. I know there are people in finance, etc., manufacturing. All those industries have now project managers roles in their organizations. This also, based on the research by PMI, this tells us that it improves your career advancement opportunities. So more and more people are coming into project management. So how do you come then, if you are interested in it, how do you come into project management? How do you learn about project management and how to go about it? So why is project management? We are continuing with that, and why you would want to learn it. Basically, why the organizations are investing in their staff, in their project management department, is that they are thinking that it is strategic alignment that this profession would ensure and will deliver value. The leadership, organizations are also of the view that it brings leadership and direction to the projects, and projects are more efficient and effective. A clear focus and objective is developed. And this is like the project planning, which they're doing, is more realistic when utilized, when the project management tools and techniques and knowledge is utilized. And then the quality control is also ensured. So these are few of those key areas or key things that organization is considering when they are why they are implementing project management into their ongoing work or portfolios. So any question up till now? Okay, I'll continue. So project management role, there are typically few standard roles within project management. There are multiple roles, associated roles. So when you work as a project manager, there are several of those roles. Could be Typically, but we will talk about typically 3 roles, which are like project coordinator or project assistant, project manager or a senior project manager, and then the project director. These are typical roles for project managers. Some organizations do run project as a projectized organization, some as a mix of it, some as some organization work more on the operational side and they run their project through operations. So that really depends on the organization priorities. But for now, for this session and for our next sessions, we are going to focus on the definition of largely around around the Project Management Institute methodology, and we'll talk about that. So basically, project coordinators or project coordinators and assistants are the one who would be helping project managers and the project teams run the project. So these are entry-level positions. So if you're starting your career, at the start of the career, you work as you get as a project manager, a project coordinator, project assistant, and then progress in your career. These are more of kind of an operations role, but I would assist the PMs in their day-to-day operations as well. Then project managers and senior project managers. So project manager is the main person for implementing any project. So project managers usually plan, develop, monitor, control, and execute projects and close projects as well. So they would try to put everything together, resources and financing, and so that they can complete the project within scope, time, and ensure quality. Then once the project managers have established 5 to 10 years of experience, they can move on to senior PM's role. So generally that is kind of standard, and we have seen, and I've in my experience of past many years, I've seen that people in senior PM roles, and then they move up to the positions of project directors and beyond. So this is then the project director is the third role mainly within this area, where project directors are the persons who are overall responsible for the projects. They are the one who are reporting to the seniors, and they report to the leadership, accountable for the budget and quality of the project. So they also work with lead the senior PMs or PMs and program managers teams, and they also monitor risks and control and also look at the control side of the project. So that is kind of a few key roles that exist within the project manager. And it's not that there are not any other roles. There are plenty of roles supporting these roles, but these are the 3 kind of roles who actually are running the show, and they would have the accountability and responsibility. And there are thousands of roles supporting these positions. Yeah. Can you please mute while yeah, someone is not muted. Can you please mute yourself, all of you? Okay, so let's move on to the project management types. And generally there are many, but typically in terms of I will talk about in terms of the Project Management Institute. So we have waterfall or predictive approach, which is the first approach. Then we have the agile approach, and then there is a hybrid model. I don't want to get into the details of these things, not for today's session. We'll leave it for later. But just for this session, that there are 3 kind of broader types which our project management cover. Waterfall is the kind of a traditional approach. Agile is the newer approach, or rather it is the iterative approach to get things going fast, and then hybrid model. So now, so those of you, I heard Matthew, you are preparing a CAPM, and some others as well, those who are preparing for PMP, agile and hybrid questions are quite common on the exam now. So in the end, if we have time from left, we can certainly go back and talk about these methodologies. How do we learn these approaches? How do we learn the path? There are several methods to it. Like there are ways we can get into learning path. We have to choose that learning path based on our requirements, skills, and what we want to achieve. So self-learning is the first thing, which I'm sure you all are already doing. We do it on a regular basis. Sometimes we are trained through our organization or workplaces where we work, and sometimes we do self-studying. So sometimes, and self-studying does help prospective project managers, current project managers gain various skills. And those of you who, if someone knows or is already certified in project management, PMP or CAPM, you know, there are certain PDUs which are required to continue to report as part of the PMI renewal of your certification. So Project Management Foundation is, this is also I'm a recommended course from my side. This is a LinkedIn. There you can find Project Management Foundation courses if you would want to learn, self-learn. Then there's a Google Project Management certificate has been offered. They have started a few months ago, I believe, that is offered through Coursera. You can get that on a small fee, or you can write to Coursera if you qualify for their scholarship program. So for starters, I would recommend Project Management Foundation from LinkedIn, any course, Google Project Management Certificate. You can also do book reading. You can do watch video, like YouTube channel for people. I also have one. And then you can read blogs. You can subscribe to PMI membership and local chapters. By subscription to the PMI membership, what I mean is that Project Management Institute do offer memberships, and there are certain benefits of getting that membership. So once you're a member, and you can get the benefits of free workshops, free sessions. Sometimes they send you quite good information. And if you subscribe to local area chapter, if someone from this group, is anyone a member of their local PMI chapter in this group? Sorry?
Go ahead, please.
I used to be with Calgary, but since I moved to Houston, I kind of stopped.
Okay, but you still have some chapter at Houston, I believe. Yes, in that area. And in Calgary, and Nadeem, you said you were also a member, or was there someone?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
So did you find?
I have worked to some degree with the local Edmonton chapter, and volunteered for them, but that was way in the past.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. Just trying to understand if you are aware of this opportunity, because I find it interesting. If you have time, as Akhtar said, that there is always a possibility of volunteering, attending this session and getting to know and learn more about it. And I'll tell the PMI benefit a little bit more. So this is kind of self-learning path that you can opt as you go, and you would want to learn few things based on what I'm recommending. The other path is the certification. Certification is more formal path. You think that you have now quite a number of year experience of project management under your belt. You would want to pursue project management professional. Then there is a certificate. So there are plenty of certificates offered by PMI, other international bodies, but the most recognized of these two are project management professional, which is PMP, and CAPM so these are globally recognized. Now the most other popular one is the Agile Certified Practitioner, ACP. But the ACP is, we will talk about a little more. So any one of you who is preparing for PMP or already a PMP in this group?
I am already a PMP.
And
Faisal.
Okay, you already a PMP. Okay. Anyone else who is writing your exam?
I'm preparing for the PMP and plan to sit for the exam in mid of July.
And who was that? Sorry, what is?
This is Imran.
Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Imran is preparing. Anyone else?
I am preparing as well.
And Nadeem is preparing. Okay, good. And then Fiaz is certified. Fiaz is certified. So I am also like a certified PMP. So PMP, for those of you who are interested, or those of you are preparing. So before you apply, a few things to consider. This is you have a 4-year degree, 36 months of leading projects. It does not necessarily mean that you need to have a title of a project manager, a project coordinator, a senior project manager, or a project director. It is just that you are leading projects, and if you can prove that on your application. You also need to have education if you have done a degree or a certificate already, but there are certain boot camps that you can attend, but there are several cheaper options that I'm aware. I've tried, and plenty of them on Udemy, or where you can get that done, 35 hours done in $15 to $20 maybe, but that is a debate. For those of you who are preparing for CAPM, I'll talk about it in a minute. So there is another route for PMP application. This is for those who have a 4-year degree and 36 months leading projects. Then the PMI also says that even if you don't have a 4-year degree, but you have a 60 months leading projects experience, and training and education for at least 35 contact hours, then you qualify to sit for the exam. So there's a process to it. You fill up your application, then it go through the process, and then you submit the tuition and all that. But the thing is that if you are a member of PMI UK, can you please mute? Those of you who are not muted, can you please mute yourself? So you pay around $405 if you are a member. If you're not, I believe, then it's probably around 500 or something, but it's all the same if you pay or you don't pay the membership. So it's always recommended to get the membership, because it comes with lots of benefits, including getting the soft copies of the PMBOK. So any question until then? So CAPM, this is for those who are at the start of their career, who would want to still learn more, gain more experience, learn and get a certification. And it's basically not much of the requirement. It's a secondary degree, and then 23 hours of project management education. But if you have done CAPM, then you can directly apply for PMP, because the 35 contact hours requirement would be fulfilled based on that CAPM certification as well. And then for this CAPM, I believe now they have started the new renewal process as well. And this exam is changing, and I'm sure, Matthew, you're aware that this is going to change soon, the CAPM exam 2023. And for both of these PMP and CAPM, I would recommend looking at the ECO, which is at the PMI website, which is their exam content online outline, which the exam is based on. The third one is the ACP, which is more popular, but somehow, in my opinion, it is not, I believe, it is not anymore that much of a certification, sought after certification, because now PMI have included for the PMP, they have revised it, and they have included Agile at least 50% as part of the ongoing PMP, which had, I think, the majority of content covered within ACP is covered already within PMP. But that said, still, those of you who work as agile project managers, those of you who are in the software development, or in the organization who prefer the agile methodology, certainly this is for you. So there are plenty of other certification, but these are the most recognized and within the project management world around the world. So anything, any question until now for any of these certification, anything?
Mr. Faisal, what about the Scrum?
Yeah, it is one methodology as well. So for the day, I was not focusing on the Scrum, but certainly Scrum is something that if you would want to pursue, anyone would want to pursue, there's a route to it as well. Go through the scrum.org, download the guide, and then this is also, they examine, they have this exam that you have to write. You have to for that, but that is also something that if someone is interested, they can pursue. But as I said, Scrum is more used on the IT software side, but that is a methodology that could certainly be incorporated as part of the project management world. And yeah, any other questions?
Thank you.
Okay, so coaching and mentoring is also very important. So when you're working on your targets, even of self-learning, you're working on getting yourself trained in project management, you are implementing projects, you are a senior project manager, or like you are a certified project manager even, still you need coaching and mentoring. So for those who are not certified would need to learn, those who are certified like myself, we do have to complete our PDUs. Like, for example, I'm doing this workshop, I'm providing a community service free of cost. That is something I'm going to claim my PDUs. Like, for example, Fiaz, you can also claim this 1 hour as part of your PDUs, right? Because you are attending a project management related presentation. So anything you attend, as I've explained before, the videos, seminar, webinars could be part of that. Sorry, someone was about to say something.
Yes, correct. And kind of I already logged it into my Excel sheet.
Okay, awesome. That's great going. That's
Thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, great. So mentorship, we have talked about it already, that even if you're certified for CAPM, PMP, you have to report your PDUs, and then it's self-learning as well. You would want to do something, and then that brings us to the fact that it's that the mentoring and coaching is very important. So how do we get that? So there are several of the avenues that you get and coach yourself, mentor yourself. It's by self-learning. You are in an organization where you work as a senior project manager. As a project manager, you go to a senior project manager, ask them for advice, ask them for mentoring you. So it's on-job training. For example, I work as a senior project manager in IT domain in healthcare. Whenever there's a new PM or a PC, sometimes they're assigned to me or to another senior PM so that they can learn from you how we run the projects, and they would watch us or they can ask questions whenever, and they feel comfortable, or whenever they want to ask those questions. So sorry, I'm going to go back. So this is until, so these are few of those things. So I just want to, until now we have covered self-learning, we have talked about certifications, and we have also talked about the importance of the career path for project management, and why there's a need of project managers around the world. And that is a time that now this is the time where you would want to jump in to the project management world, and would want to certify or learn yourself. So until now, whatever we have covered, any questions on any of those things what we have covered? So all good?
We are good.
Okay, so we can certainly then go forward. So there are a few things that, as myself as an individual, or I have also an organization, I would want to talk about those few things. Let's move on to those. So as part of my professional journey, I do a lot of volunteer services, as well as I'm working full-time, but I do voluntarily services in many organizations, and I've worked as director, volunteer director. I've worked as volunteer advisor to several of the organization. Now I run several of the mentoring programs as well. So this is what my organization and I offer to project managers as cover letter review and development, resume building, LinkedIn profile optimization, career coaching, and interview prep. This is something that is usually done on one-on-one basis or as and when required. But this is something as part of the career development. This I feel is very important, in a sense that I myself have, when I landed in Canada, like most of you here on this call, 13 years ago, then I have encountered the Canadization of the resume, right? You have to make sure that the transferable skills that you have are reflected on your cover letter and resume in order to pass through the ATS system. So I help the project managers towards their journey of landing their career aspirations and goals, and which also include some of the techniques of job hunting, etc. So these are the sessions. Sometimes I do in a group, sometimes it's an individual basis. I used to offer them some time back, and then I stopped, and then I've restarted those. But some of you may have already connected with me for those services already. So this is kind of then other than this, as part of the career coaching program, we also offer one-on-one coaching, the group coaching, and application assistant for PMP, for example, coaching calls and prep material, practice questions is also provided for the PMP coaching. So basically, I've been utilizing this as a one-on-one service, but moving forward, there may be a cohort that we'll be launching soon, but just that you guys know. But coming to this main focus of our program, and based on what we have already discussed, we are soon starting a PM mentorship program. So a couple of you who are on this call are already subscribed to it starting next week. It's basically, we also do a one-on-one, but basically the group coaching is live calls, hands-on projects, hands-on experience. Like you will have an opportunity to work with each other, practice on some of the sample templates, and we will also form a WhatsApp group. It's a 6-week program starting next week. And then that's basically going to be a kind of a learning process throughout those 6 weeks. In the end, would also be issuing the PDUs in this session. We'll also we'll talk about the career progression, about the career mentorship, etc. But there would be a project that you guys can select, a project that I can bring in, and then we will take that project forward and go through all those 5 processes. How we do that is these, we run through so coming back, let's take a step back. So basically what I've observed, even if you are a project manager, you are a certified project manager, you have a 20 years experience, 10 years, 5 years, whatever, but there are projects, those come to you, they come in a different style. Like sometimes you get a small project, but as you grow in your career, as you progress in your career, you would get larger, bigger, more complicated and complex project. Like by this career, for example, if I quote my example, currently I'm managing multi-year, multi-million-dollar projects with sometimes more than 50 to 100 resources on each of those projects. So it's basically, I also need assistance from people. I need a mentor to go to and ask them, how do I run with these projects? In my experience, I've seen certified project managers or PMPs, those who are really struggling to follow this process group. So based on this process group, our methodology is that we run you through like initiating, planning, monitoring, controlling, executing, and closing. Initiating is where you have the idea initiation and you write the project charter. So I'll walk you through how to write a charter. Then in the planning phase, stakeholder analysis, there is a RACI chart, for example, and there are a few other methodologies we can do, and then implementation and execution, and how do you close the project properly. So this is kind of basically a small project we'll take, and then we'll run it through and then conclude the learning process. So I know someone would know, or some of you may be interested in that. So what are the benefits? We have already talked about, but possible project partnerships. So once we are done with this mentorship program, there may be a possibility of some projects we can find together, or if I have any project that I'm working on, I can certainly engage you guys. So networking is another opportunity. As I was mentioning, the RACI matrix is something we can, this is just an example of one of the tools that we can use. So in terms of the investment, usually it is for the cohort $299 per person, but for now, for this group, especially those since you have attending this, it would be reduced to $199 for the 6 weeks program. So if any one of you would like to subscribe to that. Then we will have, once you are part of this project, then we will have certain other projects. So there's another initiative that we'll be undertaking soon, that is a woman in project management. So in my experience, I've observed that there are few women in the project management. They are, although there are many professional women in the project management, but they're not enough. So we need to encourage that part as well. So I am starting this program soon, where free training and coaching will be offered to women in project management who really would want to participate and be part of this. So I'm just going to see if anyone can confirm if there's like all men session. Although there are a few women who said they will be attending, unfortunately they couldn't. So this is something I would want to encourage, and our organization like Accelera want to encourage and ask women to be part of the project management processes. So where I could be contacted is the social media. So I have a Facebook page. I'll send you the link for that. So you would see I have recorded those videos some time back, but I'm going to put this sessions summary there as well now, starting. So some of the basic PMP exam requirement, etc. you would find there. You can also join my Facebook page, where I have started to talk about a lot about project management stuff. So this is also, I'm going to share the contacts, and then this is my personal page where you can subscribe me. This is our organization Accelera. We have just started, we are now registered, and then we have just started to build this. So probably a month or 2 months ago, we established this page. This is my personal profile in case any one of you would want to connect with me on my LinkedIn. So this is kind of all about me and all those projects and the career path we can offer. I will open the floor for a question. I'm able to stay back even after 10:30, but we still have 10 minutes, so right on time. So I was a little bit fast, but I tried to cover content so we can leave good 10 minutes for you guys to ask any questions if you want. So I'll open the floor to you guys.
Thank you very much, Faisal Saab. It was the last portion I really enjoyed about this ability to work in a formal setting on something which is actually used in the industry. So I would like to know more details about it, and we can discuss it after this meeting as well. But I think this is, I see a lot of value in it, and the price point that you have set up, I think it's quite manageable, quite affordable, because usually these courses are way more expensive. That's one thing I think. And another thing that people in the group who are more experienced could benefit from was also there is this program management and portfolio management. And I guess now they offer some kind of certification in that as well, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, there are plenty of other certificates, program management, portfolio management. There are a few others as well. But for today, as I mentioned, I wanted to focus on just 3. But based on my experience, so I've been in project management like many people, and in project management IT for at least 10 years now in Canada. So I know that these are kind of the 3 certificates that I mentioned are the most sought after, right? Whatever job description even my organization would post out, they would ask for these 3, CAPM, PMP, or ACP, right? So there's so many other certifications, like even project management, program management, portfolio. No one usually asks for it, right? So PMP is kind of become a standard. So that's why I would recommend people investing time in that certification, which is kind of a gold standard for the industry, or for all the industries, in fact. And coming back to your second point, yes, The mentor, I believe you're referring to the mentorship program. Yes, we have already started. So the next week we will have, and I have already have a couple of people signed up for that. Maybe in fact there are 4, but I think on this I will see who is. So Nadeem is already signed up from this group, I believe, and I don't see anyone else coming to this session today. But there are few of them who have already signed up. So we are starting next week, same time, this time, or 9:30 or 10, depending on people who are joining from where. So this is same Zoom class, but the next week, the next Saturday morning, 9:30 or 10, we'll be kicking off our first class, starting from the initiation phase. So if anyone of you is interested, you can certainly email me, or I will also email you the poster of those program. And when I send you my social media details, especially the project management, learn project management with Faisal Shafiq page, etc., you would find all the information there as well. And thank you, Akhtar Bhai, for mentioning that. And yes, this is an expensive program. Minimum of $1,700-$1,800 people are asking for such programs in the industry, and then upward of that, in fact. So, but I wanted to keep that as a minimum. We are operating as more of kind of giving back to the community service. So that's kind of overall objective of us. So, any other question?
I have another comment. Sorry, please go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay, I was going to ask
please.
the duration of each session every Saturday. You said from 9:30.
Yes, 9:30 Mountain Time. Yeah.
Or what would be the duration? Like how
1
long?
hour. One hour.
Okay.
Yeah. So how it works is that it's a 1 hour session. 1 hour session is the coaching call where I am there. I will do a coaching call based on my experience. So I have been in project management for over like 25 years now, and in IT project management for over 10 years and almost like 12, 13 years in Canada. So based on my global project management experience, I would run that coaching call. And then each of the, so depending on the number of participants, so if there are more participants, usually we start with 5-10 people. So I don't take more than 10 per cohort. So if there are enough people, we would have a group assignment. If they're not, then we'll have small group assignment. It could be an individual assignment as well, but there would be a project which would be assigned to each of the individual, whether it be a group work and then for that period of 1 week. For example, if you're assigned to do a project, to develop a format for project charter, then you will come in and bring in and write the project charter, and then bring back to the group. And next week, one of the group is going to present their idea, right? So that is how we learn and we network with each other. And basically, it's basically working session and a coaching call all together. But there would be 5 calls at least around this 6-week period, or 4 or 5 at least calls live, and then but there would be a lots of homework in between.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and Bilal, please go ahead, ask your question.
Thank you, Faisal, for a great session. Quickly, I want to know the 6-week session where we will have every Saturday 1 hour call with you, and then the homework. 2 things. Yeah. One, out of those 36-hour requirement for the PMP and other certifications, out of this 6-week course, how many hours we will be able to get? Secondly, the projects that you are mentioning, hands-on projects, are these projects same thing what you just mentioned, the charters, or is it like what kind of projects are we talking about?
Like, for example, we usually participant would like, you can bring in your own project. For example, project is that you would want to have an infrastructure installed at 3 of your offices, right? So you're establishing an IT infrastructure or network at your 3 of your regional offices, and you would want to install 10 computers, or you would want to install, so I'm just making it up, you want to install 10 computers, 5 printers, 20 scanners, and then you would want to connect them through the network, right? So this is, for example, the project. Then you come in, you learn how this, you learn how the ideation, how this idea you are going to refine, how you are going to present to your business sponsors, how you're going to get that funding. Then you write the charter for same project, right? And then you move on to the next step, planning, where you do a couple of things. And then you go to the next, and you go to the next. So that is how it is through running through those processes. So, and then in terms of the PDUs, this is I am not sure about those PDUs requirements or the contact hour requirements, but since this is kind of not for the PMP preparation, this is more of a mentorship program. So it won't satisfy the PMP or a CAPM requirement, but this is a more of kind of a coaching for learning and practicing project management, not the exam prep.
Okay, and lastly, we can do a non-IT based project as a part of an example project.
Can you say that again, please?
A non-IT based, like for example, you gave for the hands-on project, you gave an example for like computers and that kind of a scenario. So we could also introduce something non-IT based, like I'm establishing this business.
Yeah. Whatever idea you would want to like, you can certainly do that. But just that, you know, that, for example, this methodology which I am going to teach for the mentorship program is entirely solely based on the PMI methodology, so that you know what PMI want us to do, and it's going to be based on those I don't know where it was, that's which slide, but I will try to find it. It is based on these process groups, right? So this methodology is entirely going to follow these steps. But you asked a very valid question. So for your businesses, for any business to run or to see, you would usually do a lean canvas, right? So I can help you out on that individually. Lean canvas is not part of this project, this not program, but on the side, if you would want, we can certainly talk about lean canvas, and I can certainly walk you through that. But if you would want to be part of this program, lean canvas, you can do your lean canvas as well on the side, but still then you will lose the benefit of learning these 5 process groups.
Great, thank you so much.
Yeah, any other question? I can still stay back and answer. Those of you who can stay back, you're more than welcome to stay. Welcome to stay back. And if you have to leave, you have to leave. I'll follow up with the recording of this session. I'll send that to you. I'll send it out to those who have missed out. And then I'll send out my contact information, and please subscribe to Pages and contact with me, and we'll go from there. And I'll also send you the details of the programs that we offer. Yes, please. Someone was about to ask any question.
Yeah, I have one question. In this year, 2022, for the exam, which PM book is should be used, and what resources we need for the PMP exam? Because they have great changes in the new edition. I think they've completely changed the new edition as compared to the last 5 editions.
Yes. So when are you planning to write the exam?
Yep, my plan is to write at least before December, but let's see.
Then you may have to go through 7 as well. But for now, for those of the people, those who are writing the exam now, like in next few months, next few weeks, I believe, they should be fine with PMBOK 6, but 7 content they have slowly introduced. They will take a few more months to introduce it fully. But I think by the time you will by the time you will be ready to write the exam, it's basically probably 7 at that time, but 6 for now. And I can tell you, I can bet on that. And I've been teaching people PMP. I used to coach in PMP, but then I got busy with some very, very large projects. So I had to quit that, but I'm going back on that. So the thing is that if you don't need to even read the PMBOK, right? So at times, so for those of you who have like lots of experiences, like running millions of dollar large projects, and a mindset of a PM, then I think you don't have to worry about which PM book. Basically, the material that you asked for, and who was the one who asked question, sorry?
Yeah, Adnan Aslam.
Yeah, Adnan. So Adnan, so you have to actually follow the ECO. So at the start of the discussion, I mentioned that you have to follow the exam content online, which is posted on the website for PMI, for CAPM, for PMP. Follow that, and what content online, the exam content outline is saying is what you have to follow, basically. So, and there are 10 books recommended by PMP, all as guide to read. But if you are interested, shoot me an email and I can send you that list of those 10 recommended PMI books. You can follow one, but my recommendation is that and we can certainly talk about it on the side. I can recommend you which book, I can recommend you which course you can take, but waiting for writing the exam for that long is not a wise thing to do. Basically, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to prepare and get it done with, and maybe 4 to 6 weeks is more than enough. 100 to 120 hours, that is the maximum you need to put in and be done with it.
Okay.
Yeah, but certainly feel free to shoot me an email or follow me on my learning page, and then everything is there already, but I can certainly forward you that. Any other question?
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Shafiq, thank you so much for your time. Appreciated your community health support. Yeah. And we learned, we refreshed a couple of things as well. And hopefully we'll connect with you offline for this session.
Yeah, more than welcome to. And any other question before we sign off, I just want to let you know that I'm always available to help out the community at large for any of your questions. You want to be part of my program, that's fine. If not, that's still fine, right? So connection and networking for me is more important, and people networking is more important. And then also in your emails, let me know or write in the chat window what next session or what topic that you would prefer me to talk, because this was kind of a Chinese menu today. Lots of things I wanted to cover in a small available time, but the next session we can do a focus session if you want. But let me know which topic you guys would want me to do next. So next week or 2 or 3 weeks, I can put something together for you guys.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
Session. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Faisal, will you stay for a minute?
Yeah, sure.